to play for the Razorbacks and the receiver McAdoo, and to hold them to 6 points shows you how dominant this Fordyce defense can be at times.
Well, let's head down to the playing surface and check in with the third member of our broadcast team, Kyle Sutherland. He's on the sidelines today. What's up, Kyle?
Guys, quarterback Casey Campbell and Reed Kennan, the running back, they've been friends since they were born, but there's also a lot more backstory to that. Head coach Chris Kennan is the running back Reed's dad, and then also Glenn Campbell is the quarterback Cason's son, and Cason's brother was the quarterback whenever they won it in 2015. So it would be a very poetic ending for them to finish winning a ring today, but a tough Fordyce team stands in their way trying to three-peat. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kyle. Kyle will be on the sidelines all day today giving us reports from both sidelines as we do this 2A state championship game. And really some great storylines. You look at Fordyce. This is a team that is no stranger to the finals. They have done remarkable things throughout the year. And really, you know, they were here last year. And this was a team that they thought they'd be down a little bit more. And then you've got the storylines of McCory with the dads and, you know, the sons playing on the football team. Just a lot of storylines in this game.
There really is. And talking about that Fordyce angle with it, most people thought they were going to be down. And early in the season, even their head coach, when we talked to him earlier this week, thought, you know, we're going to have some growing pains. But they kept finding ways to win those tight games. Win by 2, win by a point, and that paid off once they got to the postseason. Back-to-back games where they won by a single point. They feel like they've earned their way. They've kind of gotten better and better as the season went on. Of course, that's what you want to do, be playing your best football when you get to December.
Well, the captains have made their way on the field. The opening coin toss went to McCory. They're going to receive the football to start the ball game as Fordyce is making their way onto the playing surface. They're running out of a giant run through here at War Memorial Stadium, and just following them are the McCrory Jaguars as they come out with the Jaguar flag and the state of Arkansas flag. And we're just about set for championship time in Arkansas in the Class 2A state title game here at War Memorial Stadium. Bobby, final thoughts before we get this one going.
You know, we talk about it all the time, RJ, like who handles that initial surge. McCrory wins the toss more times than not, and in today's football game, you'll see teams defer to the second half. That's the confidence they've got in their offense. They want to take the football first. They want to draw first blood, see if they can march it down the field and score. But Fordyce, on the other hand, who's got a wardrobe change between warm-ups and kickoff, they're going with the red tops instead of the black ones they had on in pregame. They've been here. They know what to expect. The nerves aren't going to affect those guys in red and white.
Well, if you're watching from home, you'll notice two stark differences. If you see the Fordyce uniforms, they're red. The numbers are super easy to see. They're extremely easy to see. If you look at the McCrory side, those are the all-white uniforms with black helmets. Yes, you've got that right. They've got not white numbers with black trim, so it may be a little difficult today to see those McCrory Jaguars as they get ready for this 2A state title game. Both teams have made their way onto the playing surface, and we are just about set and ready to go as back deep is LaQuoya Tucker for McCrory as Andy Luna is set to kick off for Fordyce. Not a cloud in the sky here at War Memorial Stadium. Light wind, and it'll be a short kickoff at the 29-yard line as they'll take it up the left side, and out of bounds they go at the 43-yard line. And that's where McCrory's going to have it 1st and 10 to start this ball game.
Yeah, short kickoff there and fielded nicely by the up back for McCrory. And the Jaguars going to start this 2A title game with great field position as they're already near midfield at their own 44.
They will start on that far hash mark to start this ball game, going towards the north end zone here at War Memorial Stadium. As they're going to line up with 4 wide receivers in the formation, and their quarterback, Casey Campbell, in the shotgun. Going to hand it off to Kennan, who's going to take it up the right side. He'll pick up a couple yards on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, nice job by the Fordyce defense, led by Jacoby Walker, there to kind of win at the point of attack, shuts that run for a gain of 2. And I think, RJ, that's going to be the big thing is how can McCrory handle that big defensive line, because the Redbugs have a huge advantage as far as size in the trenches.
So it was a gain of 2. It's 2nd down and 8 with the ball at the 46-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield on either side of Casey Campbell. Campbell fakes the handoff, going to keep himself, and he'll get out just shy of the 50-yard line, a pickup of a couple on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Christian Beeline Makes the play there on the quarterback run. They try to get the 2 running backs to get out and lead the way for the quarterback, but that time Fordyce is ready to make a play, and now it's those money plays, RJ. 3rd and medium, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, the plays that you've got to be able to make if you want to put points on the board, and McCory is going to be challenged right here as they're a yard shy of midfield.
3rd down and 5. This is a McCrory team that's not afraid to throw the football. Last week against Poen, Campbell had 118 yards, but he's going to go down right there. Is coming up with a sack for Fordyce. It was Carmelo Allen. He came in, shot the gap, and got the quarterback.
He didn't bite on any play fake or anything. Allen lined up at that right defensive end, just barrels his way into the backfield, makes the play well beyond the line of scrimmage, and Fordyce's defense comes up with a big stop as we open up this game on the opening drive.
Dominic Hammond's going to be back deep to receive for Fordyce, as they will be kicking from the 24-yard line. Kick is away, and it's a short kick that'll hit at the 41, take a McCrory bounce inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line, and that's where Fordyce will have their first drive as we're under 10 to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's exactly what you don't want to happen if you're McCrory. You get great field position on the short kickoff. You start near midfield. You get positive yardage on 1st down, but 2nd and 3rd down go to Fordyce. That drive ends up going 7 yards the wrong direction. You mentioned the short punt. Now the Redbugs have decent starting position as we see their offense for the first time.
Quarterback Trey Mallett for Fordyce. The 5'11", 125-pound senior on the season has thrown for 597 yards and 11 touchdowns, 52% completion percentage, but he's also run it 314 times as they line up with 4 wide in the formation. Just going to hand it off straight up the middle. This time goes to Walker. And that'll be a gain of about 6 on the play to bring up 2nd down.
You mentioned Trey Merritt, the quarterback for Fordyce. He missed some games in the middle of the season, and so they had to go to the backup, Dominic Hammonds, who's one of their top receivers. They had to move him to the quarterback position. Of course, that builds you depth, but Fordyce's offense kind of hit a bump in the road middle of the way, but good to see him back and got a chance to win a state title.
Brent Sledge is in at running back for Fordyce as they've got 4 wide in the formation. And keeping it is Merritt, and he'll go straight up the middle for a minimal gain, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Nice job by McCrory's front to kind of control the point of contact there and force the 3rd down here. Now Fordyce got to try to make a play on 3rd and short.
The ball is spotted at the 45-yard line. It's 3rd down and 2. You know, looking back in the day, you think of Fordyce as a wing T type offense that's just going to be tight and they're going to run it down your throat. They spread it out a little bit. Here's Merritt. Going to look to throw. Goes back across the middle. Has a receiver out the 50-yard line. It's a 1st down. That time he was able to hook up with his wideout, Jacoby Walker, the 5'8", 160-pound senior.
That's where the experience comes in for Merritt as he rolls to his left, a designed rollout. Nothing there initially, but he's got the wherewithal to show some patience, not immediately tuck it down and run, and allows his receiver to find an open hole, and he hits him right at midfield.
1st down and 10, ball at the 50-yard line. Fordyce will have 3 wide to that far side as Merritt's going to throw it out in the flats and trying to hook up that time with Sledge, and Sledge had nowhere to go. He lost a yard on the play, and it brings up 2nd down.
That's a great job defensively by Keaton Bull, who recognized a little halfback flare coming out of the backfield, and he was all over it and makes the play behind the line of scrimmage.
So that brings up 2nd down and 11 with the ball at the 49-yard line in Fordyce territory.
They try to just get the ball to their playmaker in space, but there you see the McCrory defense, also Reese rushing, also out there helping make the play.
Second down. Merritt gets the shotgun snap, is going to look to throw. He's going big ball with it as he makes it down the right side, just overthrows his intended target, trying to hook up with Dominic Hammond that time, and just way overthrew his wide receiver. He had a step on the corner that time, Bobby.
Yeah, well, the one thing we saw, I guess it was yesterday in the state title games, how hard the wind was blowing. It was going the other direction. So everything going to this end was being knocked down by the wind. But today, the wind's at Fordyce's back here in the first quarter, and that one likely aided by the wind. That's why he overshot his target by 4 or 5 yards.
So now it's 3rd down and 11. 3 wide receivers to the right side of the formation. Merritt's going to drop back, throw it across the middle, has a man wide open. Out to the 40, that time hooking up with his wide receiver, and that was Jairique Walker, and Walker picks up the first down.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there from the McCory defense, or nice design also for Fordyce. They get Walker wide open on the near side flat. Merritt hits him in stride, and a big play for the Redbucks.
You know, Walker's done a lot this year running the football. He came in with 670 yards rushing, only 90 yards receiving for this Redbug offense.
Yeah, just his 10th catch of the season. You got to try to find ways to get your playmaker the football.
Here's a pitch to Sledge, and he gets out of bounds after about a 2 to 3 yard gain.
Fordyce is methodically taking what McCrory's given them. Yeah, they take the one shot deep, but they're taking these underneath routes. That time they go with the pitch to the outside. They're trying to find the soft spots in this McCrory defense.
2nd down and 8 with the ball on the 36-yard line. It was a 2-yard gain for Fordyce, as they've got 4 down defensive linemen, that being McCrory, and now we've got a whistle on our first penalty flag of the ball game.
Before the snap, encroachment on the offense, 5 yards, 2nd down.
We don't see that call very often, RJ, but one of the players for Fordyce lined up off sides in his stance, and once you cross that line of scrimmage, put your hand in the dirt for these rubber pellets here in a turf stadium, you can't move it, so offsides and back them up 5.
The officials today, William Fries, you just saw there. Jimmy Woods is the center. The umpires, Richard Wilcox. Linesman Mark Willis. Line judge Chris Raper. And the back judge today is Montrell Simmons. 3 wide to the right side of the formation as Merritt is going to roll right. And it's just off the outstretched arms of his wide receiver that time, Dominic Hammond. And that'll bring up 3rd down, for Fordyce.
That was the look. If you're Fordyce, Merritt rolls to the right side, trying to get Hammonds going to the far sideline, but that one too far out in front of his receiver, and now it's going to be 3rd and long for the Redbucks.
I mean, one thing that Fordyce has done every time they've had a 3rd down, they've always tried to come back across the middle on a short passing route to let the receiver make a play. Let's see if they go back to that right here.
The protection's been pretty clean so far for Fordyce. You can see the size of the offensive line up front. We'll see if McCory wants to dial up a little pressure here on 3rd down.
Trey Merritt looking to throw, going right side, finds Sledge. Sledge out the 42, and he's taken down. Nice open field tackle that time by McCrory. And coming up with the tackle for McCrory, it was Reese Rushing.
It's a great job to make the play in open field. One-on-one. That's what you want if you're Fordyce. You get your receiver out to the flat. One-on-one, he makes the play. He makes a move. He's going to pick up a 1st down, but a nice job by Rushing to make that play in space. And no decision here for Fordyce as they're going to go for it on 4th and 9.
Ball at the 37-yard line. Clock rolls at 6:20 and counting. Merritt trying to find something. He's under pressure. Still just juking and jiving. How did he do it? He's Houdini, and he dives for the 1st down marker. I don't think he got it, Bobby.
Yeah, look, great play by Levi Tucker to come sliding in and just gets enough of the legs of Merritt, trips him up, and he's going to be a yard short of the sticks. That's a big defensive stop for the Jaguars.
And just keeping that play alive, though. I mean, look at Merritt right here.
McCrory had 4 or 5 shots at him, including right there in the middle, but he's got a good-sized frame. Instead, is able to bounce it to the outside, but a great open field tackle and forces the turnover on downs.
Well, we are at the 6-minute mark in this one. No score between Fordyce and McCory. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championships in Arkansas PBS Sports.
You're back. It's good to have you home, James.
The best practice in Glasgow. They've offered me a job, but to work out if there's something here worth staying for.
Oh, someone?
Helen,
I'd like to have danced with you again.
if your toes could take it. Why don't you try standing up to him? Have you met my brother? You know, I'm always open to new ideas. I need to talk to you about Glasgow.
You belong here. This is your...
This month in Passport on the PBS Video app.
I'm on a journey to find holiday traditions that speak to me and my family.
This is a celebration of life.
I'm Rick Steves. Join me. We'll see what 17th century financiers did with their mega riches.
Don't slap it. What did it do to you?
Join Bridget, Julia, and the rest of the America's Test Kitchen gang.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS Video app.
Interested in what's next on our great Arkansas PBS lineup after the finals? Visit myarpbs.org/schedule to see what's coming up. You guys should set reminders.
Here's a great run out of the timeout, as coming up with it for McCory was their running back, and that was Latrell Neal, who just got a great job pushing forward and got it done for the first down for their second drive of the ball game.
A nice job by Neal, and also a really good job by that offensive front. Creates a little space. Neal's able to explode through it and picks up a first down.
Gonna hand it off again. Got a running lane, and he's able to pick up about 5 yards on the play, as that time it was Kennan who took the handoff.
Trying to find a way to get their leading rusher, Kennan, over 1,200 yards rushing this year. That time they bring him on the speed sweep. Try to get him the ball bouncing to the outside, but Fordyce sets the edge, forces him back inside, but he still picks up 5 yards.
Second down and 5, as Campbell's going to keep it himself, and we've got penalty flags all over the field as he's short of the first down.
Allen makes the play for Fordyce, but I think they're going to get him with a face mask. We'll see if it's the 5 or the 15-yard variety.
Personal foul, face mask, number 24, 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
Well, Allen makes a nice play on the quarterback. You're going to see a good angle here. He gets off the block, but just reaches out, and yeah, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And you can argue one flag. You can't argue 3 when they're thrown at you.
And they all came at the same time. Yeah. You know you've done something wrong.
It was obvious.
When they all throw at the same time.
It was a nice job, though, by Allen to shuck the blocker, make the play, but got his hands on the face metal, and that's frowned upon.
Mason Campbell and the shotgun going to hand it off again, this time to Kennan. Kennan works it, and we've got another penalty flag down. A couple of them, actually, at the 35-yard line as Kennan picks up 3 yards. Let's get the call.
Holding on the offense, 10 yards, repeat, first down.
So most of that face mask yardage going to be backed up there as they get a hold. And you can see the tug of the jersey on the right side. And number 2, Cam Burks, did a nice job selling it. Now McCory going to be way behind the chains at first and about 17 or so, RJ.
I think they're officially going to call it first and 18. And so the ball will be spotted at the 45-yard line.
How far the receiver split out to the top of the screen. He's almost on the sideline.
Campbell brings a man in motion. Going to hand it to his running back that time. And that was Neal. And Neal was able to pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, Fordyce defensive line did a nice job of just plugging up the hole. You see I believe that's big 78 right there in the middle. He fills up 2 gaps and makes Neal try to get that second level, and a great open field tackle. 57, Al Williams fills the hole, chops him down.
Two backs in the backfield. Campbell's going to look to throw. Now he sets up the screen. Works to the left side, in open field, out past the 40, and he's about a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, they tried the screen pass there to Reed Kennan. He's able to make the first man miss, but the enforcement show up for Fordyce, and now it's going to be a 3rd and long.
I said it was the first down. They were originally getting back to the markers, so they're going to have 3rd down and 11. Two backs in the backfield for McCrory. Kennan goes in motion as Campbell rolls out, looking for a man, throws it downfield, and a nice play that time by Fordyce is coming up to make the play for the Redbugs was Trenton Gamble. On the intended receiver that time was Baskins, and so that'll bring up 4th down for the Jaguars.
Yeah, nice job to extend that play for McCrory was Cason Campbell. He rolls to his right, and you mentioned Baskins was the intended target. Just could not make the connection, and now it's 4th and 11, and the Jaguar offense staying on the field. It would have been a tough catch, but maybe one he thinks he might should have made.
He was all alone by himself over there, Bobby, as it was Reese rushing.
A busted coverage there as Campbell again extends the play, rolls to his left, and they lost sight of where rushing was. He's able to get behind the defense, and it's 1st and goal from the 1.
Campbell in the shotgun, going to hand it off. Now we've got penalty flags.
Before the snap, encroachment, defense, half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
I don't know if you can get much closer than that, Bobby.
They gave up 2 inches on that one.
Yeah, it's the ball is inches away from the goal line.
And McCrory tried to speed it up there, so line it up offside is really not the end of the world for Fordyce. A chance to set their defense and try to come up with a goal line stand.
We'll have 3 backs in the backfield with Campbell. Just going to hand it off into the end zone. Touchdown. That time it was Reed Kennan who took it in the end zone for the touchdown, and McCrory strikes first.
A nice drive there by McCrory. They leaned on the passing game, but Campbell, the quarterback, able to extend a couple plays, and rushing gets behind the defense. And then Kennan caps off the drive with a short touchdown run, and the Jaguars strike first.
So McCrory is going to bring their extra point team on the field. Looks like they may go for 2, Bobby. And it is. They are.
Wind is blowing in their face.
In the backfield is Latrell Neal with Campbell. Campbell's going to roll right. Throw it. It's intercepted at the goal line. No, he dropped it. He dropped it, so it's 6-0 McCrory with 3:04 to play here in the first quarter. Bobby, that was a nice drive for the Jaguars.
It really was, and you know, we kind of thought we had a little feeling out process to start this contest as McCrory able to strike first, but a nice play on that 2-point conversion. The quarterback plays defense as well for Fordyce. Trey Merritt, excellent coverage right at the goal line, breaks it up. But you know, so now McCrory's got a little momentum. See if Fordyce can come back and answer. The Redbugs got 39 yards of total offense here in the first. You can celebrate game day under the arches. You get access to tons of benefits through our rewards program. It's available today on the McDonald's app. We're loving it.
So for McCrory, they went 8 plays, 71 yards in 3 minutes and 1 second after the 1-yard touchdown run by Reed Kennan. And so now it'll be Fordyce's turn for their second drive of the ball game. On to kick for McCrory is Amari Smith. It's going to be a high, short kick that'll be fair caught at the 32-yard line. And that's where Fordyce will have it 1st and 10 as we start their second drive.
McCrory okay with that. That's probably the idea. Make it a high, short kick. Make Fordyce field it. They don't make a fair catch, or coverage team is right on top of them. We'll see what the Redbugs can try to do. They had a nice drive mounting early, but they got behind the chains and couldn't convert on a 4th and long. After the quarterback scramble, we'll see what Merritt and his offensive team can do here on this second drive.
So Fordyce comes back onto the field with 3:03 to play in the first quarter, as they'll have a stacked offensive line this time, and now a timeout called by Fordyce. So they'll have 2 timeouts remaining here in the first quarter. I think they had too many people on the field.
Timeout.
They had 12 people on the
Fordyce,
formation.
they're first.
Fordyce gets a timeout called before they're flagged for an illegal substitution.
Hey, let's head down to the sideline to check in with Kyle Sutherland. What's up, Kyle?
Guys, you saw Trey Merritt make that interception on the 2-point conversion there. And, of course, he's lined up at quarterback, had a really good drive on the last one. His birthday was on Friday, his 18th birthday, and, of course, got canceled and wasn't able to play. So you can expect plenty more big plays from him today.
I just allowed for him to go back and have some birthday cake and celebrate on his birthday. I would imagine he would have liked to try to celebrate a state championship on his birthday, but you get to go back and celebrate with the family.
Yeah, you only turn 18 once. At least that's what they tell me. And yeah, I guess birthday cake is good, but a state championship ring would have been better.
Well, there's still some people I know that still act 18, so.
Guilty.
Okay, 3:03 left here in the first quarter. 6-0, McCrory leads it as Fordyce comes back out on the field. Trey Merritt under center, gonna hand it off. Works it right side into the hands of Jairique Walker that he goes nowhere, about a 1-yard gain.
Fordyce lined up and all spread on their opening drive. That time they just line up and 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, and just run the lead play to Walker. McCrory saw it coming, did a nice job of winning at the line of scrimmage, holds them to a gain of 1. You mentioned that you're used to seeing Fordyce run the old school wing tee and power football. Well, there was a look at it.
Yeah, they brought it back. You know, talking with Tim Rogers, they've got multiple looks that they have in their offense. They can spread it out. They can keep it tight. Here's another handoff, this time to Sledge. And Sledge has nowhere to go. He picks up about 1 yard, and it brings up 3rd down now.
You know, what Fordyce likes to do, you look at their season stats. Beelan has 727 yards rushing. Walker 670. The quarterback's over 300. Marquez Roper over 300 yards. They like to spread the football. They want to keep a defense guessing as far as who their main target's going to be on a given play. Well, back-to-back plays there from the McCrory defense. It didn't matter who was carrying the football. They shut it down.
So McCrory's going to keep it tight once again, as they'll have 2 backs in the backfield. Merritt's going to be under center. He's going to look to throw. Goes out wide, trying to hook up with Hammond that time. And it's incomplete. It brings up 4th down.
If we get another look at that, that possibly could have been a hook and lateral. They had Walker coming out of the backfield, running right at that quick stop route on the outside. And if he would have pitched it to Walker, again, coming out of the backfield on what looked like a possible wheel route, that would have been an easy touchdown.
Hayden Musgrove is on to kick for Fordyce.
Here's a look at it. If he makes the catch, you see Walker running right beside him, and that could have had the potential for a big play. But instead, Redbugs will have to punt it away.
Back deep to receive the punt is Reed Kennan. End over end kick. Kennan will take it at the 35-yard line. Kennan gets a nice return as he gets out past the 45 and will be officially taken down at the 48-yard line, and that's where McCrory's going to have it 1st and 10. You know, McCrory's had good field position throughout this game, Bobby.
They really have. They were finally able to take advantage of that last drive, and now another possession starting near midfield. They've got a little confidence, got the offense working, both through the air on the grounds. We'll see what the Jaguars can do here on their 3rd possession.
So Kason Campbell, the quarterback, has a running back in the backfield. Now we've got whistles and penalty flags. Official has not really got used to this microphone. You know, a lot of these guys, it's funny because they are longtime officials that may have never had to use the microphone until they get to the state championship game.
Yeah, if I'm a lip reader, which I'm generally not in my daytime, I think he called a snap infraction. That's why they back it up 5.
Here's a handoff to Neal. Neal straight up the middle. And he'll get back close to the original marker. He's about 2 yards shy of it as they're going to mark him down at the 46-yard line.
Big defensive tackle for Fordyce, going to have to come out for a play. Tyler Davis, he had to take the helmet came off. And so that means at the high school level, you've got to take a play out, fix the equipment, and get back out there.
Campbell's going to keep it himself this time. Straight up the middle. They get a nice gain as he'll take it out to the 50-yard line. And so that's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 for McCrory.
Just replace size with more size. Mekhi Sargent comes in, replaces at the nose tackle position. Nice job to make the first man miss. This is the McCrory quarterback Campbell, but the troops showed up for Fordyce after that.
Third down and 8 with the ball at the 30-yard line, or 50-yard line, excuse me. We've got 30 seconds left here in the first quarter of play. Campbell looking to throw under pressure, and he just throws it on the left side, and it was out of the outreach hands of anybody. I think the closest guy that time for Fordyce was Sledge.
They tried to sneak a receiver out on a deep crosser, but Fordyce's defense stays at home with the coverage, and he essentially just threw that one away as Rush was bearing down on him, and he takes a big shot right as soon as he lets go of the football.
So on to punt is McCrory. Back deep is Hammond. And it's going to be an end-over-end kick that goes down to the 9-yard line. Hammond's going to take it from there. Hammond down back to the 5, and he'll be swarmed under back at the 5-yard line.
Thought it was a really smart play by Hammonds to field that kick and prevent that extra yardage on the roll, but then he retreats, and that's the one thing you can't do, especially when you field a punt at the 10-yard line. He gives up 6 extra yards, and now the Redbugs, even though they get the football back, have to start this drive well into their own territory, and that goalpost, the shadows creeping ever so slightly towards them.
Not many games do we play state championship games at 2:30. Usually we're still in that noon game by wrapping up the noon game by 2:30.
So we're going to get some interesting shadows, especially in the second half of this one.
There's 9 seconds left here in the first quarter as McCrory is leading it 6-0. Remember last week, Fordyce, they beat Clarendon 7-6 in a very low-scoring affair. Here's a handoff that works right side. And trying to get to the edge was their running back, and that was Beelan. And so now that's going to do it for the first quarter of play as McCrory, they lead this 2A state championship game 6-0 over Fordyce as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. At Big Red Stores, we're always proud to sponsor, support, and partner up with many events and activities throughout the community. Among them, high school championships throughout the state of Arkansas. At Big Red Stores, our team members are always ready to assist you to make your visit with us a pleasant one. And at Big Red Stores, we recognize that none of our support or ability to serve the community is possible without you. That's why at Big Red Stores, you're always the MVP of the Big Red team. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Cherokee Nation, our people, our culture, our history, our future. To learn more, go to visitcherokeenation.com and say hello to the Cherokee Nation.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Riggs Rents, Arkansas's rental equipment provider, from aerial lifts to dirt moving machines and everything in between. Our family-owned and operated business takes pride in serving our employees and customers. Riggs Rents, a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
Local broadcast of Arkansas PBS programming is made possible in part by Community Bakery. Scratch-made breads, pastries, cakes, treats, and locally roasted coffees served daily at 2 locations in Little Rock, 1200 Main and 270 Shackleford.
Here we go, the
Want to give a bit of special thanks to Community Bakery for providing food for our crew and their continued support of Arkansas PBS.
Fordyce has the football at the 9-yard line, and they're going to just hand it off straight up the right side. And that time it was Beelan who takes it out to the 15-yard line. That picks up a first down for Fordyce.
Now they're sticking with the wing tee, and they go back-to-back plays there for Beelan. And they move the chains, and that's a big first down, RJ, as they get outside of their own 10-yard line, push it out to the 15, get a first down, and give that defense a little bit of a break.
So a fresh set of downs for Fordyce as they've really tightened their offense up. They started the ball game in a spread look with 4 wide receivers, and now everything's right there at the line of scrimmage. Now here's another run, this time taken by Jairique Walker. And Walker's going to take it out to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, they're just going to line up, and that's the power I formation, RJ, and just simple lead play. To Walker, they're trying to use that size advantage that they have up front and try to wear down this McCrory defense. And those 2 and 3 and 4 yard gains in the first half turn into 6 to 8 yards in the second half, and you're just hoping to pop a big one.
4-yard gain that time by Walker. So now it's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 with the ball at the 19-yard line.
Wow.
And this one was blown up in the backfield. We've got a penalty flag on the play, but who was it that shot the gap that time? Because he was in there in a matter of seconds.
It almost looked like he jumped off sides, but clearly he timed the snap perfectly, but we've got a little laundry.
Personal foul, face mask, 15 yards.
Reed Kennan was the one that shot the gap and got in there. And I don't know if he got a piece of the face mask whenever he got back in there.
Yeah, Lathan Briley, 6'3", 180-pound linebacker, also back there making a play. But you make the big play defensively, but the face mask negates that and pushes the ball all the way out to the 30 and another first down for the Redbugs.
Ball at the 30-yard line. 10:38 and counting here in the first half.
A little confusion on the McCrory defense.
I hand it off straight ahead to the running back, Beelan. And he'll get a 2-yard gain for Fordyce.
They try the trap play there, and even though all the confusion from McCrory's defense, they do get lined up, and they hold that one to a minimal gain.
So it's now 2nd down and 8 with the ball at the 32-yard line. Merritt's going to be under center. Going to hand it off. Right side. This time it was Jairique Walker. And Walker gets it out to the 33-yard line. Picks up a yard on the play to bring up 3rd down.
Again, Briley, the linebacker, out to make that play in space. Nice one-on-one tackle by the senior. And now it's going to be 3rd and long. And this is when you run the wing T, RJ, of course, you're talking about you want 3 yards, you want 4 yards. But when you get to these 3rd and long situations like they are right now at 3rd and 7, the offense really not built to pick up huge chunks of yardage just on the drop of a hat.
So 3rd down and 7. As Merritt's going to roll right. He's under pressure, and he's taken down. Ball's on the floor. Ball's on the ground. Was he down ahead of time? I think the officials are saying yes.
Yeah, they're ruling him down, but a great job as McCrory brought pressure right up the middle. Merritt rolls to his left, but 3 defenders for the Jaguars right in his face. The football did come out late, and there was a clear recovery by McCrory. We'll see if they take a look at it.
As Merritt is limping off the field, he got twisted up at the 26-yard line. He's kind of limping off the field right now.
That's a big blow as he plays both ways for the Redbug defense.
So it's now 4th down and 14.
Previous play is under review.
Yeah, I thought they might review that potential fumble because you had one official come in and say that he was down, but then there was another one that came in on the backside of the play that said it may have been a fumble. So we'll get the review and find out what the eye in the sky saw.
They ruled him down on the field, and we'll see what the video tells us. That ball's out, RJ.
Yeah, that ball's out.
And there's a clear recovery, 79 for McCrory. Justin Hatch jumps on the loose ball. Based on that first replay, I think they're going to overturn this, and this could be Jaguar football deep into Fordyce territory.
And that would have been hard for an official to see on the backside of that play because his back was to the official. And that's why you saw the back judge come up and start having that conversation because he probably saw it a little bit better. But the guy that was on the line judge position, he's the one that originally ruled him down.
Yeah, Reese Rushing's the McCrory defender who makes the tackle, forces the fumble. And again, Justin Hatch, 79, jumps on the loose ball. Watching these angles, RJ, I think that should be a clear fumble and a turnover. But I was wrong yesterday, and I did not have a perfect 2 weeks like what was my goal on the reviews.
You've not been very good on the reviews.
I only missed one. Come on now. Which means I'm not very good. I understand what that means.
So the officials are still looking this one over. And, I mean, just by the reviews that we're seeing, it looks like it would be a clear fumble. And McCrory, boy, and that would be a huge momentum turn for McCrory because they'd have great field position.
Yeah, because, I mean, this is big because it would be it's 4th down either way for Fordyce, and they'll be able to punt it away. And, you know, McCrory might take over at midfield, maybe their own 40, depending on how good the punt was. But now you're talking about getting the ball deep in Fordyce territory, and with all the momentum, and they're writing this down, I think this could be flipping it over.
Great job by our camera crew to get.
There's two really good angles at it.
To get good angles and see. And this is the same stuff that the replay guys down the hall are looking at right now. So everything you're seeing at home right now is the same thing that the replay crew is seeing throughout this ball game. And usually when it takes this long, they're trying to identify where the ball needs to be, things of that nature.
You're exactly right. And also they'll have to look at the clock, too. Since they ruled him down, the clock continued to run. And so they'll probably go back and put some time back on the clock as well.
Now we're going to get the call from our official, William Fry.
The previous play is reversed. It will be McCrory ball. 1st down and 10 on the 28. Please reset the clock to 8:57. 8:57. Thank you.
So there it is.
They got it right, RJ, and they were going to have to put some time back on the clock, and the McCrory defense comes up with a big play. They get the 3rd down stop, but also they force the turnover, and they'll see if their offense can take advantage with great field position.
So McCrory has it at the 26-yard line. We've got under 9 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
Fordyce is going to take a timeout to rally the troops, kind of collect their thoughts, and try not to let this one get away from them.
And that's the second timeout of the half for Fordyce with 8:57 to play here in the second quarter.
I think it's a good timeout for Coach Rogers and company. Just call the timeout, settle your defense down, because this is the big possession. I mean, at no point in any game all season long do you want to fall down by 2 scores. But clearly here in the state championship game, all the momentum's on the other side of the guys in orange and black. You got to find a way to maybe get a defensive stop.
So Fordyce is making their way onto the playing surface with 8:57 to play in the second quarter. Cason Campbell, the quarterback from McCrory, has got his marching orders.
For all the football fans out there today, all live action photos from the game are available at myarpbs.org/photos. You can download or get prints made as well. You can download the photos from the game you're watching.
They take some great photos. Kai Caddy, a buddy of ours, he's down there getting a lot of those photos. I saw some he put on Instagram the other night, and boy, they are some great shots of all these state championship games.
Expect nothing less from a UCA Bear.
Exactly. So it's 1st and 10 with the ball at the 26-yard line. Kaysen Campbell got a back in the backfield. That's Kennan. Kennan straight up the middle. He's out past the 20, the 15-10. He's into the end zone, touchdown. One play and he gets it done.
26 yards right up the gut, and he wasn't even touched for the first 15 or 20, and he's able to do the rest with his legs, and a huge hole right up the middle. And now how big was that turnover, RJ, in that review is all the momentum clearly for McCrory, and they take advantage.
That lane that Kennan was able to run through, and then the move to cut back and get to the end zone. That's a senior play right there by Reed Kennan.
That's a big play. It's a great job to take advantage of the great field position. You know, it's nice your defense gives you the football back, but if you don't take advantage of it, it won't matter. And those front five for McCrory opened up a huge running lane, and now they're going to go for 2 to see if they can make it a 14-0 margin.
Campbell going to look to throw. Now he comes back and he gets taken down, but there's a penalty flag down. He may have got some of the face mask.
Yeah, they're going to get a face mask or a horse collar. Couldn't tell from the. I was watching the receiver. He was trying to get the tight end on the left side sneaking out. He was covered well by the Fordyce defense, but they're going to get another shot at this.
Personal foul, face mask on Fordyce.
Campbell's just, he pulled on it. Yep. So look at another shot at it. It's 12-0. McCrory leads Fordyce.
That's a nice job by Burks to get in there and get in the quarterback's face, but just reached out and got too much of the face mask. And now McCrory's got another chance at this 2-point play.
Let's head down to Kyle Sutherland on the sideline. He's got something for us.
Guys, both Campbell and Kennan were pacing the sidelines right before that fumble and then the review, and they looked like that they were really amped up, ready to get back on the field, and we saw that Kennan really unleash that energy on that touchdown right there.
Thank you, Kyle. Yeah, that was a great run by Kennan. He, you know, a lot of was made about the size of McCrory coming in because they are a smaller team than Fordyce, but the speed factor that they've shown so far in this 2A state championship game has been the factor.
Yep. You know, what's interesting, we thought we were going to get half the distance to the goal from the face mask. It's a penalty from the spot of the foul. So McCrory actually lost 3 or 4 yards on that.
Now McCrory's going to take a timeout. This has been the longest 2 minutes that we've had in a football game this year.
Yeah, I mean, because you automatically think it's a defensive penalty, so they're going to get half the distance from the previous spot, but they march off the penalty yardages from the spot of the infraction, and so it actually cost McCrory yardage, but they still do get an extra opportunity to convert a 2-point play.
Not very often have I seen that they keep the names on the back of the helmets like that here in the game. Usually you have that, and it's not even names. It just says Sandbox on the back. We're going to get Kyle to look into that. Kyle, find out what Sandbox means on the back of those McCrory helmets.
Yeah, but you're exactly right. You don't see tape on the back of the helmet unless you're in two-a-days.
Yeah.
The coach is trying to learn all the freshmen's name. Other than that, it doesn't stay on there very long.
I know there's probably some folks in McCrory going, they all know what the Sandbox means. And
tell the rest of us.
Yeah. So here's the 2-point conversion attempt for McCrory. Kennan's in the backfield with Campbell. Campbell looking to throw, and he throws it behind his intended target. Trying to hook up that time with his wide receiver, Levi Tucker. And the 2-point conversion is no good. It's 12-0. McCrory leads Fordyce. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service. Because we are proud to call Arkansas home. banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank. Member FDIC.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? We need a Christmas tree. A great, big, shiny aluminum Christmas tree. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown. Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown!
Stay with us for the Arkansas PBS halftime show coming up. Stay with us for the Arkansas PBS halftime show with David Basil as he talks with KATV Sports Director Steve Sullivan. We meet an inspiring announcer at Cross County Schools, and we're going to chat with Joe Phillips of the Bigelow Panthers. Oh, that's coming up on the Arkansas PBS halftime show.
Well, I had an opportunity to go over to Bigelow and talk with Joe, and what an outstanding young man. His story is pretty awesome as it was a short kickoff, but looking forward to seeing that piece at halftime. I know his mom is watching, and that young man's going to do some big things as he grows up to be a young adult and into his career.
Got to answer here, RJ. Fordyce has fallen behind 12-0. They haven't really been able to get their offense going, just 49 yards for Fordyce, only 27 on the grounds. We'll see if they try to change things up. It's good to see Merritt back on the field, though, as he was slow to get up on the turnover. He's back there to lead the offense for the Redbucks.
Ball is at the 37-yard line, and as Fordyce has it, 1st and 10. Merritt back in the shotgun, going to run with it. He'll get it out past the 40-yard line to the 41. He'll pick up 4 on the play. We were wondering how that ankle was going to hold on him because that on the last play in which he fumbled, he got a little bit gimpy.
Lathan Briley again, 55, the middle of that defense. We've called his name a few times already. Meets the quarterback right in the hole and shuts him down right there. But Fordyce, what they haven't been able to do is win first down. That time they do win first down as they pick up 4.
Fordyce spreads it back out as Merritt's going to roll to his right. And he just throws it a little too far for his outstretched receiver. And that time trying to hook up with Carmelo Allen, the junior.
That's good pressure from McCory's defense. They force Merritt from the spot, force him to roll to his right, not able to make a clean throw to his receiver who had to step on the defender. The pressure on the quarterback messed that play up.
So it's 3rd down for Fordyce. The Redbugs are at the 41-yard line. They'll have 3 wide receivers to the near side.
Big block.
There's a nice run by Merritt as he'll be very, very close to the 1st down. They're going to spot him out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and that's going to be right at the sticks.
Yeah, just enough. That was a really nice block out in front by one of his receivers to help seal the edge and allow Merritt to get to the corner, and did just get enough yardage for the 1st down. It's actually the running back coming out of the backfield with him. Brenton Sledge lowers the shoulder. This helps seal things off so Merritt can get to the outside.
1st down and 10. And the ball's on the turf. It was just pitched left side. That was into the hands of his running back, and he just got swarmed under at the 40-yard line. That time trying to get into the hands of Sledge, and it was just a debacle from the snap.
Yeah, the snap was low. That threw the timing of that play off, and Merritt still went ahead and pitched it out to his running back. It wasn't a great pitch. He had to stop his momentum to corral it, and that's why he gets dropped for a loss of 7. And Fordyce, who had a little momentum from the picking up the 1st down, now they're well behind the chains. Going to be 2nd and 17.
So he lost 7 yards on the play. It's 2nd down and 17. Sledge is going to be set up to the left of Merritt. Merritt flushed out. He's just throwing this one up, and it's going to be way out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down.
I just threw it away, and Merritt facing a lot of pressure. That time it came from right up the middle, a big defensive tackle for McCrory. Able to push the pocket, break free, and forces the throwaway. And now it's 3rd and long for an offense that's struggling to get anything going, RJ.
So it's 3rd down now. Ball at the 40-yard line.
3 of 8 passing, averaging just 1.8 yards per rush. The Fordyce offense is sputtering, but all it takes is one big play. They pop one, and they get right back in this contest.
So far today, Fordyce on 3rd down is 3 of 6. And now we've got a whistle and a timeout, and Fordyce is going to use their last timeout with 7 minutes and 11 seconds left here in the first half.
So you look at all that time left, RJ. You mentioned it. More than half of the second period is remaining, and then they're having a 7th 3rd down attempt already. That shows you they've had to struggle for everything they've got. They've had to use the full allotment of downs that they're given. You've got to give big credit to this McCrory defense. They're staying in their lanes or maintaining their assignments and just making life difficult.
By the way, earlier we saw the sticker on the back of the McCrory helmet that said Sandbox, and there's some McCrory alumni that are in the press box that came over, and this group has been playing together since they were in grade school, and they talked about playing in the Sandbox, and so they decided to put that on the back of their helmet.
It's always great to see a small school that has the same class growing all the way up, and they've got aspirations of not only being teammates for a long time, but being successful. They get to see a lot of their older brothers or their kids that they grew up idolizing win a state championship back in 2015, and now they got a chance to continue that tradition.
Here's Merritt on 3rd down, going big ball, has a man down at the 29-yard line. That time hooked up with Dominic Hammond as he'll be taken out of bounds down at the 24.
Yeah, kind of an out and up or a stop and go for Hammonds up the near sideline, and he did a great job of just laying it up there for him. Merritt hits him in a big play, and I mentioned, RJ, all it takes is one big play, and you can see that's a great angle of Hammonds going out and up, and he hits him in stride, and a big play for the Red Bucks.
So Fordyce will send 3 wide to the far side. Sledge will be in the backfield with Merritt. Gonna hand it to Sledge. Works it left side off a defender, and he slips down after a 2-yard, maybe 3-yard gain. So that brings up 2nd down and 8 for Fordyce.
A methodical drive here, and they're out of timeouts. Fordyce are 15 on the play clock, so still plenty of time to get it off, but they have to move a little quicker.
So 5 wide receivers in the formation for Fordyce. Merritt is alone in the backfield. He'll take it up the middle himself. Spins down at the 16-yard line. It's going to be short of the 1st down, and that'll bring up another 3rd down for Fordyce.
If Reed Kennan doesn't stay home and make that open field tackle, that's a walk-in touchdown for Merritt. Number 9 right in the middle of the defense. Recognizes quarterback draw, comes up and makes the play, but that might have been an even bigger play, if not 6 points, if Kennan doesn't make that tackle on the QB.
So 3rd down and 2 with the ball at the 16. 4 wide receivers in the formation. Sledge is in the backfield. Merritt going to keep it himself once again, trying to get the edge. Going for the 1st down, and Bobby, I don't know if he got it. It's going to be really close.
It's a great job on McCrory's defense to stretch that out. That's designed quarterback sweep to the outside. And he's got the ability to cut it up at any point he sees a seam, but the Jaguar defense, nice job of staying in their lanes and continues to force that one to the outside. And it is going to be a 4th down.
Yeah, he got back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down and 2.
Mass substitutions. They bring all those receivers out, the big linemen coming in. Now go back to that wing T look and see if they can just pick up these 2 yards on the ground.
Look at that big number 78 on that far side for Fordyce. That is Tyler Davis. Here's Sledge. Oh, no, that's not Sledge. That's his running back, Walker, who checked in the ball game. He walks into the end zone for the first Fordyce touchdown.
They just trusted those big bodies up front, RJ, and Walker breaks through initial wave, runs through an arm tackle, and Walker gets back into the end zone, his 9th touchdown of the season, and this game far from over.
On to kick the extra point is Andy Luna. The kick is away, and it is good as it barely got in to the right side of that upright, and we've got a 12-7 McCory lead with 5:23 to play here in the second quarter.
That's a big bounce-back drive right there to get the offense going. You finally pop a big play in the passing game as Merritt hit his receiver up the sideline for 36 yards, and then the ground game, Walker just breaks free and gets into the end zone, the extra point. All of a sudden, things are going to get real interesting as Fordyce not only back in the game, they get the ball to start the second half. There's plenty of time left here in the second quarter for both these teams to do something.
So they'll tee it up at the 40-yard line, and every kick from Luna so far has been a short kick. Artavius Harrison back there, and now they'll take it at the 15. Best kick of the day. Now here's a run out past the 30, close to the 35. They'll take him down right at the 35. And so now 34, and it'll be 1st and 10 for McCrory at that point.
Now we'll see how the Jaguars respond. Fordyce came back and bounced around, got a response score. Now we'll see what the Jaguars can do.
There's a look right now at Cason Campbell, the quarterback for McCrory.
You got to be able to stunt that momentum. Fordyce getting their crowd into it. A nice answer drive would be big for McCrory right before the half.
Here's a handoff that goes to Neal, and he'll take it out to the 35 for a 1-yard gain.
Not much doing there as the Fordyce defensive front held their ground. And they take down Neal just beyond the line of scrimmage.
Clock rolls at 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Three wide receivers are going to be on the near side of the formation as Campbell takes the shotgun snap. He'll swing it out, and that time was able to hook up with his wide receiver. And
Wheeler.
That was Wheeler who just slid to the turf, and I think he got a yard, and that'll now bring up 3rd down and 8 for McCrory.
Yep, it's kind of a timing route there. Just hits receiver on a quick out, but you mentioned he goes down to a knee and slides to a stop. Pro game, that would have had a chance to catch and run, but there, the high school level, it's been immediately blown dead and starting long.
Here's Campbell looking to throw. As a receiver, picks up the 1st down, out to the 47-yard line. That time was able to hook up with Reese Rushing.
It's a great job by Rushing to find a hole in the zone, to sit down in it, and Campbell just delivered a laser right to his receiver, and they move the chains in a much-needed 1st down. That's exactly how you design that play. You just find a little seam in the defense. You sit down in it. Campbell delivers it on time. Move the chains.
Fresh out of downs for McCrory as the ball's at the 47. Gonna hand it off. Straight up the middle. This is Neal. He's got running room all the way down to the 26-yard line. What a big run.
Great job by the offensive front. They seal off a nice running lane for Neal. He explodes through it, and a big gain for McCory. The backside guard pulls, kicks out. I believe that was 55. Briley gets the kick out block, and that's allowed the big running lane.
Now here's Kennan. Kennan will get 2 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Look at those rushing numbers. McCrory 79 yards rushing, Fordyce 54.
And if you would have told the two coaching staffs before the game that's what the numbers are going to be late first half, McCrory would have said, I'll take that every day. Fordyce wouldn't have been happy with it because they know they need to run the football to be successful.
I would have, coming into this game, if I would have told you that McCrory or that Fordyce would have been leading in the passing department, I think you might have kind of looked at me kind of crazy. So it's 2nd down now. Ball at the 23-yard line.
See 55 in your screen right there. Briley, he's making plays on both sides the linebacker, and the offensive guard.
Timeout. McCory, their second.
So now McCory has only got one timeout remaining with 2:46 to play here in the second quarter.
It's a big drive for McCory, not only a response drive, but you want to chew up as much of this clock as you can. You know, Fordyce has got a little momentum offensively. You don't want to give them the football back, the chance to chip into your lead or potentially take their own lead before we head to intermission.
Well, and think about this, Bobby. McCrory won the toss, and they elected to receive the football first. So Fordyce is going to get it. So if McCrory can score here before the half, that would be big momentum going into the locker room.
It really would be. I mean, you're talking about, you know, you stunt all the momentum that Fordyce just got with that score, and they're able to respond, and you take the air out of the sails, if you will, of the crowd on the near side for Fordyce, and you give yourself all the momentum at halftime.
So it's 2nd down and 7 as Campbell's going to be in the shotgun. Neal's going to be offset to his left. Going to hand it to Neal. Neal just dives forward, gets a yard on the play to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, a whole heap of bodies right there in the middle. Led the way, Dakota Wimberly, number 30 for Fordyce. Merritt's also there. A huge, huge 3rd down upcoming.
3rd down and 7.
So it's 3rd down and 7 with the ball at the 22-yard line. Here's Campbell all day to throw. Now he's going to run. Has nowhere to go, as it looks like he may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. And so that'll bring up 4th down.
Brenton Sledge among the Redbug defenders who got their hands on the quarterback and just got him just beyond the line of scrimmage, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. But it's going to be 4th down, and I'd expect McCrory to take every bit of this 40-second play clock, maybe run this down, take a timeout and think about it.
And you know, Bobby, if you're McCrory, you might think about trying to set up a screen pass or something like that to open the field. There's 3 wide receivers to the top side. Here's a pass. It's caught past the 1st down marker, and that time coming up with the catch for McCrory, it was Reese Rushing.
Rushing is the go-to receiver. That's been clear today. He had the big catch that got behind the defense in the first quarter that set up the touchdown, and now he's been able to find a couple holes in this Fordyce defense and come through in big moments. But again, Campbell with a great delivery on time to his receiver.
3 wide to the near side. Hands it to Neal again. He tries to work it to the outside and gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Allen, Wimberly combined for the play there.
We're under a minute to play here in the first half.
2nd down and 10.
Campbell going to look to throw. Goes to the end zone. It's intercepted in the end zone. It's taken by Fordyce's Jacoby Walker, and Walker is going to go out of bounds. That's a big turnover for the Redbugs.
What a great job by Walker there, and they needed a play defensively to make sure this stays a 1-possession game going into the half, and he just makes the interception in the end zone, brings it out past the 20, just shy of the 20, and that is a huge momentum swing going into the locker room.
Look at this replay right here.